Hello everybody, welcome back to Labz. I've actually been puzzling over this. There's a couple of different things that I wanted to do, but one experiment in particular, I'm not sure exactly how to do it, and it's over there and it has to do with the explosives. That's going to take a minute because my first thought was to try and set up steel, but then I realized steel has got an explosive resistance, so I'm not actually getting the proper reading, so I need to rebuild that so I come up with something different. And that's from a recent playthrough. I do hope this comes out after that particular episode. If you don't want any spoilers, and if the episode has not come out yet, plug your ears if you don't want spoilers. But basically, I went into a POI, and a zombie passed over a mine rather than going through a clear floor. And as you know, some of the traps and stuff are considered harder for a zombie to path, and therefore they will usually take an easier route, like around traps and stuff like that. I don't know if that's a mechanic that is still in the game, but it used to be, and I'm just curious as to whether or not that is a thing now. I just realized I did not finish this platform. I don't want the zombie just like going out and taking a walk somewhere. So we're gonna do this really quick. And you have to excuse me, I don't have my headphones on right now. I just got done with the live stream. If you're missing out on my live streams, they happen on Wednesday. Usually, loud noises, usually at 3 o'clock. So we just got done with the live stream and I was wearing my earphones, so my head is kind of hurting from my headphones because they're getting kind of on the old side. But I've got this little maze. I'm going to be standing here, I'm going to put the zombie here, and we're going to figure out which one he prefers. Basically, I'm going to try all of the traps against each other to see which one they prefer pathing over. And of course, then we're going to try the easiest path as like against regular and see if over a course of 3 or 4 of them it opts to continuously go via the trap. So first off, let's just do these 2 main traps. This trap you can pretty much make pretty easy in the game. It costs 20 wood. You can make this pretty early. Now if you can get them to survive, you can upgrade to the iron spikes, or you can simply craft the iron spikes using forged iron, which takes a little bit longer. So my question, if you are faced with, say, a line of 1, 2, and 3, and let's make sure by doing this, okay, and then let's put these traps right here. Now the way the zombies calculate pathing is they calculate hit points of the blocks, which, you know, makes them structural engineers, but, you know, kind of unrealistic. Let's do... now see, the issue is in order for me to turn off the zombie, I have to use the same buttons I also use for my recording, so I'm not going to do that. Let's just sit here, and I'm going to pop outside of my head, I'm going to press F5, it's going to pop me out, hit P, which is going to position my character, and then the bracket, which is right next to it, and I'm going to leave my character there, and I'm going to come over here, over here, and I'm going to try and summon Thick for me, which is F6, and we're going to go for Bow, and I'm just going to leave him right there. And which one of these do you path through first? Okay, so you went for wood spikes first. Alright, no problemo. No, the spike, that, yes, that. Game. Okay, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna put that back. And I don't think he damaged any of the others, so if I can control my character for 2 seconds. Okay, let's bring in another Thick, and let's see if he goes the same path again. This time he went for the metal spike, so we're 1 for 1. Okay. No. Stop. Okay. Alright, he went for the metal ones that time. Of course, I did not... Oh my gosh! What are you doing? But he did, in fact, take that side. Okay. So, the test stands. Let's break this one. Okay, now Thick, you're in the way, sir. Move. Alright, and throw down another spike. Repaint that spot just to be on the safe side. And this one times 2. Okay, so that's 3 tests. Let's see how we do for another one. And he went to the spikes. And my camera's doing weird stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we're at Disneyland. Epic. Stop moving me. Let me move this out of the way. Yet another of the same exact one. Now my character is not hovering. Just so you know, these tests are not with a hovering character, so that won't affect it. Okay, there we go. Did it without taking out the block. Alright, and we had another. Actually, 1, 2, and 3. So, 4 tests. And that time you went for the wood. Alright. Let's take out that. Oh, that. And put that there. Oh, we got a screamer. We've got a screamer. Ma'am. Stop, stop. Stop! Woman! Did she scream? She didn't see me, so she shouldn't have screamed. Okay. Alright, wood. No, actually, it's just the one, and there should be a space. Alright. Not sure why she decided to join us. Probably because the explosives I was playing around with and then realized I wasn't doing the test properly, so had to wait on it. Alright, 4 and 4. So, about even, actually. No, dadgum. The hitboxes are so weird. Thank you. And he went for the wood again. Okay. Alright, now is it because you can calculate the hit points of this? This has got 33, and this has got 132. So, 33, 132. Interesting, interesting. Was that right? 132. 132. Now, if it's because of the hit points, why did you choose the metal one so many times? Is it because I changed which way you were looking? Did that put you kind of off-center of this? Let's try that. Let's turn him back around. Okay, still went for the wood. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly what to make of this because he was going for the metal ones for a while and then he started going after the wood ones, which is what I expected because it's got more hit points. Why he started going after the metal ones, I really don't know. Okay, let's do a group look. Make sure I'm getting this. Now the problem is they're also going to spread out. Which way do we go? 4 and 2. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. You know, think you're not really making much logistical sense here. Do you understand what I'm saying? These are way more hit points than these. So why? Could you hit the block? Daggum! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's just the opposite. It is just the opposite. That is so crazy. Imagine making a path like this for the zombies. Like you have to, if your zombie horde base is something like this, where you actually have to run around the... Oh, jeez. All of you made it through there, but the 2 that came to this side just did not make it. Actually, it was 4 on this side, 2 on the other side, so... You're not really helping me out. Maybe because there's not as much of a difference between these blocks as there are others. Maybe somehow or another that the zombies know how many is going to one side and will simply split themselves off because of it? Is that a possibility? Is they intentionally split themselves up? Could that be part of the zombie AI? How would I test that? How does one test that? Okay, let's do it this way. We're gonna put the same exact ones on both sides, just to see if the zombies kind of split up similar. Could you take out the proper block? 4. One dude's just back there banging on stuff, but 5 of them wound up coming to one side, and one dude on his lonesome decided to go the other way. But why? One guy went to one side, 4 guys to the other side, and the other one's like, you know what, I'm just gonna break out of this maze. I refuse. That's what happened there. Alright, that's not actually helpful. I don't get that information. So, what does that tell me? That they're about even, so try something with bigger hit points and see if that changes it. Set it right there, and then we're gonna put the iron spikes, which is the next best thing. Now, the blade trap has how much hit points? 132. No, that's the wrong one. Hit points 2,000. So, if they're calculating via hit points, they should definitely go after these. Unless they're like pathing in between, which they shouldn't because they don't path on in between blocks. They path on the whole block. They should go for this side over this side. So, I need a generator. I'm not sure exactly what I'm hoping to find out through this. It's just interesting to note that they chose to go over a mine rather than going just across the regular floor that was right next to it, even though the zombies seem to be pretty good at calculating stuff like that. Where are you going? Stop that. Make sure I am standing here with my gun out, and oh no, let's pop outside, go over here, and just drop one bow, see how he acts. Alright, Vic, how smart are you with these traps? I really need to know these things because I need to know exactly what you're going to do, and so far, you're not really giving me consistent results. Why? Why would you go that way? Is it because these blocks right here are not seen as an obstruction, just this part? Hold on, let's try that again. Huh. Okay, so... Wait. Just out of curiosity, because these... It doesn't seem... If he's calculating hit points, this is 3,000 hit points. That's a lot of hit points to go through. About half of what steel would be before you break it down to concrete. But if they're not calculating those hit points here because that is a path, but not obstructed, then to their minds that they're not actually having to go through this block. Let me just see how you path around this. You'll probably actually take the other side? No, you're still gonna take this side. I think you're puzzling me, dude. You're really puzzling me. Is it because I left the center one out? Okay, now according to this, these sides should be equal, except he's gonna run into those later. Okay, now that makes a little bit more sense, but... Like, I don't know what you're doing beating on the wall. I was standing right there. You're disappointing me, sir. Okay, now out of curiosity, if I do that with... that many of you, what would you decide to do? Oh, oops. My bad, Thick. Okay, you're definitely all coming this way. These are very inconclusive results. I don't like this kind of test. It's hard to compare these because they are so different. The spike trap is apparently the only thing that they would see as an obstruction would be the center part. That's where they're calculating them having to go through it, and they're not going to go through it because it's 3,000 hit points. And I can't block off everything but that. Can I? Where they have to go through that? No, because then they're just going to be going through this one, and it's going to be calculated the same way. Okay, not very helpful. What kind of, this thing doesn't actually tell me how much damage it does, or damage to blocks, but just out of curiosity, if I were to... Dadgum. This. This is definitely something you would have to pass over. Now, I don't know if exploding one of those explodes all of them. I guess we're just going to have to find that part out. But whenever I was inside the POI, they just passed over it as if it was a normal block, which means he would go this way. No, he's gonna go through the blade trap and go right out the... Why? Why? Okay. I am so entirely confused by these results, and it's getting late, which means Horde Knight's trying to come in. Let's fix that, because I'm not ready for that bull crap. What if we go with full-on explosives? This is actually what I was going to do over there, but these would actually show damage better than anything else. I probably should get some cobblestone for repairs really quick. But we've got the explosives on one side, and it doesn't tell me how much damage these actually do. What if... That's not mine? The tin can. These are like the cheapest ones you can make, as far as I know. So, let's do that. So we've got these plates and these plates. Do you calculate how much damage these things are going to do before you walk over them? I'll be honest with you, I'm not happy with this. This is the reason why I didn't want to do this test and why I've been puzzling over it for days. There's really no way to calculate this good. Okay, that did not do a whole lot of health. That was... Okay. Place that one back. Try that again. Make sure you calculate it the same way you did last time. Calculate it the same. That did a little bit more damage, probably on how far back you were. Okay, what if... He keeps running this line. What if I do that? Two of them back to back. Is he still seeing that, or is he still just going the straight path? He did not calculate him. And that nearly killed him, actually. Alright, actually, I got all three of them. What if I do that? Okay, is there a point at which you start calculating the mines into your path? I've always played this thinking that they somehow or another knew where the... Oh, jeez. Whoa, 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 collateral damage! That didn't do a whole lot of damage to you! At all. That's a pretty expensive thing to build. Hold on, wait. Pressure plate. Oh, it's basic iron. Gunpowder springs, duct tape, and the... I'm making the... 10 mine? 4 iron. 30 iron. That's still kind of expensive, actually. What about the cooking pot? It is... forged iron. So maybe the forged... maybe this one is actually... So maybe this one is actually stronger? Let's see if you calculate that into your assessment. Let's do the pressure plate on this side. I don't know which way it faces actually affects the explosive damage, but this is semi-interesting. I don't know exactly what I'm hoping for here. Oh. I did right at 100. Oh my god, he broke my camera. Sir, stop. Okay, you pushed me off of my perch. Look at all of the Z-Pack loot. Alright, I'm back in the center. And you chose this way. Oh jeez, I have a screamer. Get off of that! We're doing stuff. Dadgummit, I got sidetracked. This side, and I've got all three on that side. Got distracted, wasn't actually paying attention to the test results because Miss Screamer wanted to come over here and have a soiree on the outside. No. Okay, do the thing. And you chose this one again. And that did almost 100. Out of curiosity, are all of these traps doing 100? What is this? What does it take to make this one? Is 30. So okay, these two are in order, but they take regular scrap iron. Now, as far as the hubcap takes 1, so that's pretty cheap. Then we've got the cooking pot, landmine, which is 1, so these are on par with each other. And then we got the air filter. Which takes 1. Actually, all of these take 1. It's probably a change in the gunpowder. But these are the more expensive ones, so you would figure they would be similar. I wish I could actually look at these on what you could make them without having to do this. Okay, mines. That takes 4. 12. 5. 5. 8. Wow, the recipes on these are so weird. 30. Is there actually a way of determining which one of these is legitimately better? Which one does the most damage? Because they all seem to have done about the same amount of damage. We didn't do this one. Let's try this one. It's not the most expensive, but who knows? It could be doing a lot more damage. Let's check. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the heck happened there? Oh, you set off the one next to... Never mind, that does not count. Go this way. And that mine is actually fixing to blow as well. This could be a twofer, but that one definitely went through the wall, whereas the other ones didn't. Interesting. Okay. Bow, if you wouldn't mind, I'm getting beat up over here. Here, smack you a couple of times. He died. He died, but they also set off more than one mine. Alright, let me do this. Right quick. I just want to see if I can figure out how much this one does. I mean, it's not really that hard to figure out. If you don't mind, sir, could you come this way? Well, that actually killed him. Wait, what? Hubcap? Ah! Now, put me back on my perch. Hubcap landmine. The thing is I need someone with more health. Hang on. I need to actually figure out how much damage you're doing, so I'm sorry, Thick, you just don't have enough right now. What about... Now, will you live past this for me to actually see how much damage it's doing? Wow. That's 200 points of damage right there, and you are armored. Just out of curiosity, do you set off a demo? Demo. Where be the demo? Okay. Do you set off his explosives? Holy heck, that's a lot of damage. You can't duct tape that. Stop. Okay, well, let's try that again. I think you set off more than one at a time, so that's probably the result of 2 of them. That's still a lot of damage, and it seems to be working better than the others. Could you not break the back of my... Fair enough. Okay, you just set off the one, and that's still a lot of damage. So... it's the air filter. Forged iron, gunpowder, spring, and duct tape. Demolitions expert. And exactly where in Demolitions Expert do we find this? The Screamer is just so interested in what's going on. Demolition. Here we've got... you can craft pipe bombs, pressure plates, and cooking pot mines. So those are the first ones you get. Then dynamite and hubcap lines. And then... craft grenades. High explosive rockets and anti-personnel fragmentation rockets. Craft time charges, contact, and then the air filter landmine. So yes, the air filter is the better one. Ma'am, could you stop playing around with stuff? Where'd you go? Stop. So the air filter landmine, I probably could have just looked that up inside that thing and figured that out. Are you doing any damage to the actual walls? Oh, very little. For the amount of damage it's doing, it's not actually damaging the base that much. So... what about these? No, not that much. Alright, so the mines really don't do a whole lot of structural damage. It's mostly zombie damage, and the air filter landmines are better, but for some reason, the zombies did not calculate that the air filters were going to cause them greater damage. They could have gone this way. Alright, let's open this path back up and do a full-on thing, because they were tripping up more than one thing. I wanted to see what was going on. I need some more of those. Let's do this. Now, before, we were getting double things. Now my curiosity is not necessarily the fact that you go this way. My curiosity is, are you calculating how much damage you're going to get off of that side by going that way? So, Bo, if you wouldn't mind, come on out thick. Let's see if you can figure out which side is more dangerous. Could you not go over to that side before we get started? Boom! That is so effective, and it's just one! If you can force them into it without being in it yourself. Kinda wish I had done a demolitions guy. Oh my god. Okay, hold on, let me put that back. Because they're not calculating. It's a trap that they are not calculating at all, and they're just running it straight over. Now, you have to put a lot of points into it, or you have to get the schematic to build it, but you're still going that way. You're not calculating the mines at all. The traps, there might have been a bit of calculation. There might have been, but with the mines, they are not calculating them. Interesting. I didn't get conclusive evidence on the traps themselves, but the mines, definitely. Okay, now, just out of curiosity, let's do that. And then, let's do this. Because they did not favor these, and these they did not see at all. Let's just be sure. They're still not calculating it. In comparison to these traps, they're not pathing it. Okay, let me get that. One, two, three, four, five, and 6. And race back over here. You are all choosing that. So, in some way, you did calculate these. because you have not been seeing these at all. This is basically a clear pathway. There is some kind of calculation going on. They all chose this pathway. I wonder, to what extent, though? Say I did this, and then some low-level block they have to get through. Just very low level. Hardly anything there. There's not very many hit points on those. These have got the 132 hit points. Will they still choose to go the mine and block path rather than going over the trap? Okay. So, woo! Oh, the area of effect on that. Through walls and everything. And not very much damage. Oh, those mines are so good! I'm gonna fix you, Thick! That's what I'm doing, okay. Interesting. Okay, what about... Alright. I know this seems like ridiculous and kind of redundant, but I'm trying to figure out exactly how they're calculating this. Now this, they probably climb up on top of this and over that. At least that's what I'm kind of expecting them to do, but they have less hit points, so I'm still expecting them to go that way. Let's just do 2 of them, because they're kind of piling on top of each other, and they might be varying towards a path before it even goes. Okay, so you're not calculating the trap there, you're definitely calculating the block, because that one's got a lot more hit points. But you're trying to use the trap as a step. Congratulations, you figured it out. Okay, okay, okay. Jeez. It would be very, very difficult to figure out how they programmed the zombies to calculate each bit of these. When it comes to the actual blocks, they calculate it via the hit points, and sometimes even that doesn't make sense because they could have a clear path via a ladder, per se, that we found out over there. They preferred a path that was blocked by a block because it was ramped up, rather than a ladder just because the ramp was more appetizing. And here, they don't see the mines. They don't see the mines at all. Hang on. Let's do... Hang on. Let's do something very, very easy for the calculations here. Let's do... these. Very few hit points. But do... I mean, like, if they are calculating hit points, then... mines. I want more of these. Oh yeah, we're just playing with the explosives here. Okay, say you just wanted to fill this whole corridor with this. At any point, do these stack as a reason don't come this way kind of situation? Do they calculate all of the hit points together? It's got 6 hit points together. You would have to put so many in here in order for it to calculate these as a blockable path if they just used hit points. Okay, just out of curiosity, at this point, do you see that as an obstruction? You still don't. Oh my gosh! Bye! Alright, first off, let's try a group of thicks. We're going to take out this thing right here because I think it might be throwing it off just a little bit because they're standing on top of each other. Let's do this many of you guys. Just 2 of you. Woo! Oh, and I got all of them. Oh my gosh, the radius on that. Oh, he got confused. And he did. And it took out the screamer! The screamer's gone! Good lord, that was fun. Did I call in another screamer doing that? The radius on that goes through walls, and it is so big. That took what to make? The springs would be the hardest part because you'd have to replace it every single time. And since the hordes go in groups, you would definitely run out of these prior to the end of the horde night. Can we get a group of demos to come through here? And, you know, just because I want them to come through here. Because I wish to see them explode, and not because they decided to explode. I just want to see them explode. Demos. Alright, just a couple more. Okay. We are fisting to make the biggest of explosions. Oh, there are so many going on. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, the carnage! The carnage, they are flipping all over the place. Wow, there are ones missing all kinds of body parts inside that pile, but look what they did. Now that's the damage from the demos, not the mines. They didn't even get to all of the mines. They just set each other off. Okay, so that's definitely a downside of it. They do set off the demos, or the demos fly back and set each other off. Either way. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've recorded for about an hour. I don't have any conclusions, really. Other than I don't think they really calculate the traps the same way they used to. I mean, I could try doing a clear path and then these, but that's not really conclusive as it's simply an obstruction, not that they're calculating it. But I can, without a doubt, say that I really don't think they calculate mines at all. Even the strongest of mines that we have, they don't calculate them. And if you happen to see an air filter landmine, do not step on it. Those are the most dangerous. You probably will not survive. If demos die on it, if all of the zombies die on it, chances are you're not going to survive it. So that's definitely the ones to look out for. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end it here. I will see you next time. I do apologize that this one didn't have very many conclusions. I wasn't exactly sure what I was looking for, and I hope with that information, maybe I can come up with a better test for the next one having to do with the explosives and the traps, to try and figure out better how the zombies actually calculate it. This was just like an initial idea, and then the results just didn't make sense. So I'm gonna have to come at this in a different way, but if you're using explosives, just be careful of screamers. I'll see you in the next one. You have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and you stay shiny.